Coach Pollock, coming up on our second game in our new conference, a tough first loss. I know there are probably some penalties and plays we would like to have had back in that game against Jacksonville.
Right, there is, but we're not going to look back to last Friday, but we felt as though we let that one slip away. Hopefully this week we can capitalize on their mistakes and minimize ours, and then come out on a positive end.
Both you and Swansboro looking for your first win in conference play, but when you want to look at the emotional levels, it's homecoming here. Right,
it is. We're telling the guys, enjoy it, have fun, but don't get too high and don't do anything to get in trouble. Just got to be able to come out and play football. It's a big game all the way around. Each game is big for us, but it's really big for our playoff standings. Hopefully we'll go ahead and come out on the positive end and keep pushing towards making the playoffs.
And really important, too, to try to get a victory under belt before that tough road trip to Havelock. And we know a lot of teams have come out of Havelock disappointed this year.
Oh, right. If we don't win this one, and if we head down to Havelock and then come out on the negative end, then we'll be in a hole that I don't think we might not be able to climb out of as far as making the playoffs. I told the kids, there's 112 teams in 3A in the state, and 64 will make the playoffs. And I think last week Swansboro was 25th, so they were in. But then they lost to White Oak, it dropped them down to 76, and then they're out. So to see how easy you can be, 1 week you can be in, the next week you can be out. And 2 losses in a row will put us out, and most definitely 3 losses in a row or probably almost put the nail in the coffin for us.
So an important game. When we spoke after the Jacksonville game, 2 things you were planning to work on were pass blocking and run blocking. At times our offense has really been in gear, but sometimes our offense just doesn't seem to have its rhythm.
Right, just mental mistakes by the kids. Hopefully we'll come in ready to play. Don't let up. I thought we had good momentum at one point against Jacksonville when Jamari made the big defensive play and we got down there, but we came away with not any points, and we can't do that against good teams, and you can't do that against teams that are on your level. So hopefully we'll come out tomorrow and we'll again make them make some mistakes, and we capitalize on them and we minimize ours.
When you work on trying to sensitize your players to avoid those costly penalties, and we know we had a drive-killing series of penalties in the game against Jacksonville, without giving away any trade secrets, how do you work with your young men to get them to try to focus and avoid those costly penalties?
Well, it's a big thing now, just getting them to focus, but one thing we got to remember as coaches, they're kids. They're not going to be perfect. They're going to make mistakes, and we just have to drive home the importance and how imperative it is for us to try to be perfect. And I tell the kids all the time, that's our goal is to be great and to be perfect. But we know you're going to make some mistakes. But as long as you make those mistakes, scoring 100 miles per hour or giving it all your all, we can live with those. But just the mental mistakes where you just half going through something, we can't live with those. And hopefully the kids will come out tomorrow night and minimize our mistakes and hopefully force some mistakes on Swansboro.
How are we health-wise? I know we didn't have our kicker, Timothy Bouquet, because of a minor soccer injury. How are we overall? How's he? And how are we overall health-wise going into this game?
Health-wise, Timothy Bouquet, he'll be back for us kicking tomorrow night. And Jamari McMullen, he got injured last week, but he is day-to-day. We'll find out if he'll be able to go at game time tomorrow.